money, but I'll get it back. When I was in school and
Good morning. It's 6:45 a.m. This I want to say Thursday, January 3rd or 4th. I wanted to talk about something a little bit different, but I did mention it. I did mention it in another video as well, previous video months ago, weeks ago, a few times. Another one of the biggest additional changes that I'm proud of, or improvements that I'm so proud of and that I've done over the past maybe year, maybe even little trickles of it over the years prior, past few years, more so this past year. Separate or in addition from the focus more than ever going out of town to chase my this career, this license and stuff, is one of the things though that I mentioned before the video. Before I was the type to before I was the type where if it was an argument, disagreement, just about every time I felt like that there was some point that I knew was right, I would go ahead and say it, and I'll go ahead and argue that point, and I argued a little bit too much. And I love and am proud and amazed, love to say I became that quiet type. I became that silent type more than ever before over these past, or especially so over this past year, somewhere around February of 2023. January or February, March, April, May, June, July of 2023, every single month became darker into this quiet type, because that's what it kind of takes. That's why I emphasize kind of darker. Like, you have to give up. And each month, I just gave up on saying anything. So that's number one. So number one is I adapted and absorbed, became like this quiet type. The type man that just tries to push to 45, 50-hour work weeks, 51, 55, 50-hour work weeks, anywhere in that ballpark, and just quiet type. Like I said before, and I'll kind of repeat it. I know a lot gets said these videos. A year ago back, 2 years ago back, whenever any little argument that would come to me, or something said, or if drinks is flowing or whatever in an argument, or something said to me that I felt like needed correcting, I used to always go ahead and take opportunity and argue back, but no longer. Over the past year, for like a minute now, I just became this kind of like a little bit dark, just to myself, quiet type. I don't bother argue. So number one, I don't argue no more. I became the quiet type. Like, it's just dead to me. I don't have the strength. Something in you dies. Something in you has to kind of die inside, to where you just don't have the energy. And even if something said that I don't like, even if it's something said I don't agree with, I might just say something like, okay, you got that, or okay. And then the second thing is, sometimes, some of the times when I was in a relationship and we would break up, or say that we would break up along that line, I used to be some of the times I would go and chill and spend time and chill with another girl. If who I was in the relationship with, if we broke up, we was like, I don't know if this is gonna work, whatever, and separated and stuff, and say, you know what, whatever. I used to be the type that I would go chill with another some of the times. So that too, over the past year, I just became this crazy loner. I just became so innate with being a lone wolf. I became very accomplishing, surprisingly, shockingly accomplishing as a lone wolf, as somebody who doesn't have female friends, somebody who period of time, X amount of time, months, year, whatever, weeks, months, year, without a female friend to fill that hole. That I basically was, that's what I was trying to say, is that number two, back in the time I used to be, where if who I was in a relationship with, we kind of broke up, or we broke up and we said, and we drove off from each other, kind of broke up, whatever example you want to think of. I kind of used to be the type where some of the times, most of the time, no matter however you want to ridicule me, whatever, because nothing is never 100%, because look it up, don't speak in absolutes. Nothing is never, obviously things occupy and come up, but number two is I used to be the type where sometimes during a relationship, if we broke up and stuff, I would like go chill, or go talk to cope, to kind of like fill a void with a female friend, go chill with it, chill. And now I became this loner type, and in addition to that, type where if I do get into a relationship, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give it, what would y'all say is a good number after a breakup? I'll probably give it maybe 3 weeks to a month before I go chill with somebody, type of thing. But really and truly, y'all shouldn't break up. Really and truly, y'all shouldn't do the 3 biggest red flags of things that kind of like solidify, or that make it that you guys broke up, and therefore that person is allowed to go be in the company or chill or whatever with somebody else. Because if y'all said we're breaking up, if y'all argued and drove, anyway, I became this lone wolf. This lone wolf that's surprisingly accomplishing without a female friend, without talking to anybody, by myself. I still do crazy amount of mile runs. I went out of town. By myself. I went out of town to go chase the career that I mentioned in the other videos. I went out of town to go get my official, complete, full CDL, to pass the driving, even the driving course part, to go do this, to go do that, all alone. I crushed things alone. I became this lone wolf. I adapted to it. So I no longer am that type that at a breakup, or if I'm in a relationship and we break up, separate, that I feel this kind of hole, like I need some kind of, no, I need to crush things, and I need to be a lone wolf. So that's how I am. That's the second one that I've adapted, where even relationship would break up or not, or no relationship at all, or in a relationship and we kind of break up or whatever, I'm still waiting for her. I'm still good to be only dealing with her, even during a breakup, or even after breakup, for a period of time, for like a month or so, or whatever it may be, where I'm just good to be alone, because I became like lone wolf. I became this quiet type. Argument come up, I don't even bother to argue back. So I don't argue. Just a quiet type, 50-hour working, quiet type. And number two, like I said, I became like this lone wolf man type, like successful, achieving, even alone, surprisingly crushing things, getting done, even without the company of like, let me cope with this, cope with that. And just getting things done early in the morning, man. I've been up since 6:30, 6:45 a.m. Sunday, December 31st.
Hey, yo, Lil Blurry. I got an important message for
Sunday,
you.
December 31st.
They gon' hate on you. When you winning and you blessed, they gon' always hate on you.
They said I'm not important now, a little kid going touring. I be getting body and you know I'm switching lanes. Little blurry, but I got that cash. I'ma go get my money, I'ma get my racks. Yeah, I get all my money, yeah, I get my stash. I'ma spend that money, but I'll get